Hello, my little goblins. We're back at it again, and this time we are here with the top 5 plays of the week. We're starting off with Fortunato versus Tilt. I thought this was a great game, and this is more of like a deck showcase. Really cool deck that he came up with, which is a tier limit branded deck. Not tier limit, sorry. It's a Tri-Brigade branded deck. And I thought this play was hilarious as well because he red rebooted into his the Imperm on turn 1, which is funny. So as you see, he's going to be doing some basic big shit, but then he also does this. He goes into Shirig, and then Shirig's going to banish one of the Imperms, which is pretty funny. And then we go into Rampart. Add McCourier. These are pretty sweet plays, right? Gets rid of the branded fusion because he can't use it. So... and then he gets to cross out, so he can cross out the Imperm now too. Yeah. McCourier's not really going to do anything, but... or is it? Bump, bump, bump. Because you know what's funny about branded fusion? It won't work. You can't cast it from hand, but if you use Verte, it does go around it, and you can force a fusion out, so he goes into a free Marriage Jade here. Which is hilarious. So now McCourier's alive now. And he gets branded Revolt. So let's look at the board for a second. He has Call by the Grave, Crossout Designator to stop the Imperm, Tri-Brigade Revolt for a free Shirig, and Mirror Jade pop, and you have Ancient Warriors bounce. It's kind of crazy. So if you guys want to see more of this deck, feel free to join the Discord, which is linked down below, and ask Fortunato, one of our members, also one of our mods in the Discord, to see his deck list. He's going to activate that. He's going to add Drew's Worm. It's not really going to matter, though. I mean, Imperm's getting cross-outed. And he just gives up. He knows he's not going to be able to play through all these negates. All these, like the negates, the pops, the interruptions. I just thought it was an interesting deck, and it's a cool board that you can consistently set up. So he does consistently set up the board at most games I watch him. So it's pretty good. Hello, we're here with game number 4 of the week. We have Lightning versus whatever the fuck this guy's name is. And I'm going to say this. If you're on the draw, your game's going to honestly be harder. Especially if you're not playing like a going second deck. Now, Sword and Soul, I think, are pretty good going second, to be honest. But he came in React with Drew Worm because of the Gigantic, so he really has, like, his opponent's just gonna full combo him. So, full combo Sprite, gonna be hard for anyone to out. So here's a Sprite Spring, sends another Swap Frog. Boom. IP Masquerena. Ruin Totem comes back. Sets up Melfi of the Forest. And we got Melfi Caddy with set 3. I mean, that's a scary end board, right? So, we're going to have a Shuna. Shuna's going to go into Monk. And Caddy's going to instantly use Penny to go into Herald. But with double call by in hand, I don't think you should be that afraid of Herald. Because technically you can just call by the Herald and you should be fine. If he tries to use the negate. The only thing that's annoying is the fact that he banishes, but the Drew Worm is going to hit the card he tries to bring back. I'm not sure why he would try and bring back Jet. I guess he doesn't really have much of a choice here. I thought he had like Red or Care in the graveyard, but he's going to go into Goddess. Then it's actually hilarious because he fused off the, or linked off the Drew's Worm, which just sends Goddess to the graveyard. There's Taya. He's gonna Smashers the Taya, which is fine. And then boom, you got Shuna. And he's gonna activate that to negate, which he has called by, and the opponent actually does have it all. He has the cross out, but he has the second call by to counter him. Where's the second cross out? It doesn't exist. So Gonna banish. That means Ashuna's gonna be able to do whatever the fuck he wants. Lets him go into Shizhao. Shizhao searches. It gets impermed. Boom. We're at a stalemate again. I mean, he's got 3,800 damage a turn, but he could definitely lose this game from a decent top deck. And he had starters, so get fucked. Jet activates. Plays blue. Adds red. Plays red. Plays Sprite. Sprite activates. I mean, you gotta negate this, or you're in trouble, my fam. But then he's gonna activate. Oh wait, he doesn't actually negate it. Interesting. Goes into Gigantic, and he's gonna beat the fuck out of him. Okay. I respect. I respect it, homie. Alright, I mean, this is not looking good for Lightning. That's an insane draw. Negate. Okay. I mean, he had to negate that. If he didn't negate that, he just goes bunk and then he bounces it anyway. So, any decent draw pretty much means Lightning loses. He does not draw anything, so... And he draws Emergence, which is just going to be a GG. He'll be able to go into Qizhou and then go into Protoss probably. So, GG, good game, and that was Game of the Week number 4. Here we're at with Game of the Week number 3, and we got Wotan, and this is going to be a long one, but it is a good one. Maxi comes out immediately, called by the Grave on the Maxi, meaning he's not going to be able to Maxi ERD, so it's going to be a tough one in my opinion. But Flashing Fire is going to allow him to go to Hugin, and then Hugin is going to allow him to grab the Runic Fountain. Actually pretty good picturing the Maxi, since you don't need it anyway. And there's our Plunder, and boom. Alrighty, let's see if ERD can come back here. Plays Branded Regain into Branded Fusion. Ooh, Red Rum is pretty gross here. We can actually Flashing Fire, pop it. That's gonna let him draw 2 cards. Boom, draw. If he had an Ashe, that would have been rough, but this Destruction goes hard on Regain. He's gonna go into a Dark. He goes into the ship. I love how this card lets you draw a card every time too. You just get value over and over. He's gonna activate Destruction to prevent the draw, which I think is like pretty valuable since his game plan is to melee his opponent, so them putting cards back every turn is not ideal. Plays the Fallen of Albaz, pretty gross, but he's gonna be able to discard, and he discards Whitebeard, which lets him special summon from the deck. It's gonna be pretty gnarly here. Ooh, then he goes into Sprint Iron Dash, which is gonna be able to use effect to pop everything. Oh. Alright, this is gonna be a tough one for Wotan in my opinion. We'll see though. Ooh, that's a good draw. Dude, Cartesia is so annoying, dude. Cart just keeps recurring back and back and back. Alright, Golden Hair. Come on out. Runic Slumber. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm surprised you didn't go into Gary. And then go into, like, Plunder Ship. I guess you don't really need to. It's not that necessary. Or go into, like, your Link Monster. You just drew 3, so... Plays Blackbeard again. Blackbeard goes pretty hard here. Ooh, the Red Rum's annoying. Ghost Spell does stop it momentarily, but you're eventually gonna have to deal with it. Draws into another Runic card. I think him drawing the Runic cards are huge here. Here comes the Grangura. And he's gonna activate Sarnir's effect. Sends the Libellion to the graveyard, sends Albion to the graveyard. Boom. Mill. I mean, he's at 17 cards left. Still a lot of cards to mill. He baited out Ashe. That's kind of crazy, baiting out that Ashe, right? because he didn't even bother using this first to be greedy. He actually did it like super non-greedy. Props to him for not being a greedy slut. Another flashing fire sends flashing fire to the graveyard. Here comes this. This card's gonna fusion. Fusion, ha! And then we're gonna pop. Oh, that's gross. Draw, draw, draw. 3 cards. He's got 14 cards left. Can ERD kill him? Ooh, that's close. Max C plus destruction equals happy fun times. Do we play destruction? No, they're actually not playing. He's not doesn't play it. Pops the beast instead. Okay. Slumber. Stops. 4 cards left in deck. He has flashing fire. Flashing fire banishes 2. And then there's destruction. Pop goes a weasel. Bye bye. And he draws another 3. My goodness, that was a grind game, and it was played very well on both sides. GG, and good job on game number 3. We're here with game of the week number 2. It's Besso. I know he wanted to get number 1. I mean, these lists aren't really conductive of like what's the best, but like I don't really rank them like number 1's the best, but it's they're all pretty close. So he's pretty much gonna be playing against Branded, and his hand is pretty good, but like this guy's gonna go off on him. Like he pretty much he played grass, got big value off of grass, gets Branded loss, goes Branded fusion, does his full Albion like Bestial plays. So now he's gonna be able to go into Lebellion here. Lebellion goes into Mirror Jade. And then he is able to tribute for Lebellion to search for Branded, and he has lost. He has regained in graveyard, probably. I would assume. Adds a Cartesia, adds all these cards. Neato. So he doesn't have regained, but I mean this is pretty. It's pretty crazy. And then Expulsion, which she's able to play. He's able to play the Idol Lock on him, but he has the Deer Service, so he does have an out to it. He has to use his Elder to pop his own card, or he loses the game. Now, if the opponent was playing Gimmick Puppet Lock, like my video, you know, he would have just won the game. He would have Gimmick Puppet Locked him because it's a persistent effect, regardless if it's on the field or not, like lasts the whole turn. So he probably would have won the game, but either way, got Ecclesia coming out. And this is going to summon Cortez, which is fine. He's gonna just pop everything. I think he's like, I think when people do this, I feel like they're just panicking. A little crazy. I think he was afraid of Baron, but there's no way he was gonna be able to Baron. I don't know. So here's Draxapelia. Like he's locked out of his extra deck. There's no way he Barons. Okay, so he stops the Branded Red, which is huge. Now we go into business. All his monsters are 0 attack because of his own Quiritus. His own Quiritus is gonna get him killed. And he just dies. GG. That was a great game, and he also won due to time limit. Which explains why the opponent just probably took forever to doing his turn. Which he did do a lot of stuff, so I mean, he was gonna win regardless. There was no way he wasn't just killing him right there. Hello, we're here with the top game of the week, and we got Spiffy, and this one is gnarly. I was actually watching Spiffy play this game last night, and man, a lot of intricate lines of play going here. This play takes place mid-Masters. And the opponent does play very well, but the opponent has a really cool deck. So he plays Max C. It looks like he's playing, with his current board, it looks like he's playing Dragon Link, but the opponent is actually playing like a pure Bestial list, which is really cool. And like they do majority of their plays on the opponent's turn. So like this Max C actually doesn't hurt them at all. And you're gonna see it's actually kind of crazy. So he gives him a few draws off of this Max C, and you think, oh, there's no way he loses. He just Max C Dragon Link. It's not Dragon Link. You'll see what I'm talking about. So he's gonna bait out the Branded Beast with Fallen of Albaz. Here's the pop. If you're wondering why we didn't Magma Hop, we just didn't see the need to. And by the time he uses this, you can't use Magma Hut anyway. I mean, you can't banish it anyway because it's not a quick effect. We also want to hit Mercurier. So he hits Mercurier, which adds Cartesia. Then we play Branded Loss, and this is the key of winning the game, is Branded Loss. This is why we baited out the Branded Beast, or why Spiffy baited out Branded Beast, because Branded Loss is just going to make it so he can't react to his fusions. So this card, Hop Ear Stroction, look how crazy this combo he does is. He goes into Excel Synchro Stardust, and you're like, oh, okay. Meg, that seems pretty good. And then he plays Drew's Worm. Goes into Stardust Dragon. Draco Berserker. So, you guys don't know this, but the Accel Synchron, the effect makes all your, for the rest of the turn, Synchro monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects, or unaffected by activate effects. So you can't actually like use Mirror Jade or anything on these cards. So the crazy thing is, I think he does do one misplay here, and the misplay is with his Drew's Worm. He should have sent Branded Loss to the graveyard. He should have just got rid of this card ASAP. But now he's going to use Cartesia, which he baits out Draco Berserker, because, I mean, he has to negate this. Like, he has to, like, it's not a negate, but it banishes. It was actually better for him to go Draco Berserker than him going into Baron, because Baron wouldn't be able to stop Cartesia anyway. Draco Berserker actually stops it. So here's Tragedy. Grabs Ad Libitum. Uses Albion, sends Retribution, and then plays Brandon in white into Quiritus. This is actually kind of funny, because this is where we find out that Quiritus doesn't work on these cards because they're all unaffected. So if he did not do this, I'm going to explain, he would have lost this game if he did not go into Quiritus here. So Brandon Loss is going to grab a Courier. Retribution is going to grab the Branded Fusion. And then Branded Fusion is going to come out, and he's going to use Bestial Biodrake, which is like whatever, doesn't matter. Go into Albion. Kind of like, I get what he was trying to do, but he can't, like, he was better off waiting, because he can't use the effect on fusions because Brandon lost. Like, he can't use effects when these cards are summoned. So this is why I'm saying, like, if he got rid of Brandon Loss, he would have had like a better shot of winning this game. Even though he played it very well overall, but this is just a one misplay is gonna cost you. So here's Mirror Jade. Guardian Chimera activates. He pops both the back row, because remember, if he did, it's so funny too, because like if he did not play this correctly, like if he did not use Quiritus to see that these cards are unaffected, he would have targeted both of these, and his pop would have gone off, and then he would have gotten even lead after he clears board. So this was actually like insanely important, him going to Quiritus. Goes into Rebellion. Grabs that. Pop. He's not playing around Mech Knights. You'd think not playing around Mech Knights would be important, but puts back Branded Fusion because he has Branded Retribution, which is way better. It's actually crazy with his current like cards he has. So he doesn't kill him, but he's gonna be able to set up a Branded Retribution. And then he's going to be able to set up Branded Beast. So it's pretty good. So he adds the one of Iron Dragon and blows up the Branded Regained. He didn't play around Mech Knights, guys. He didn't play around Mech Knights. So he's going to Brandon Retribution here, which is going to recycle his cards too. So recycles his cards, and he negates, pops. He has no good send targets with Saronir. He sends Baldrake, and he just concedes. But that was a crazy good game. I thought both players played really, really well. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you want to submit your own replays, make sure you join our Discord, and there's an area to do so. And I review them every week, and if you're picked, you'll be in one of these videos. And also join our Discord just for the fact that we're hosting tournaments. This Friday we have a singleton tournament, which means deck lists have to be one of each card. You can't, every card's limited to one, which is pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.